have with us Sumit. Yeah. Give him a couple of minutes and he will be ready. Yeah. Looking for musicians of Spacetime. He will explain what that is during his presentation.
A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, two black holes were coming together. They were closing in around, they were circling around each other. They were coming closer and closer, spinning faster and faster and faster and faster, and until kaboom! There was a huge explosion. They collided. And it was a collision so massive that it shook space itself. Well, today I'm going to talk about the musicians of Spacetime. But before I dive deep into it and tell you what it means, it sounds nice, yes? But before I tell you what it means, let's start with the music part first. I've written a small song for you, and it's called Happy New Year. Now, I know it's 30th of October, it's 2 months too early, but I'm not stupid. I'm referring to a Happy New Year here, okay? So, let's see, here's how it goes. With me, back to the 17th century, let's meet a great man who lived in Italy. His name? Galileo Galilei. He questioned everything, how our world was so high, to try and find the answers. He turned a telescope to the sky. He was the first one to do so. He gave us a new sense of learning for observing the universe. Mankind had gained a new eye. And now today, let me tell you, here, my friends, here, mankind has gained a new sense to study the universe. This time it's the year. We have turned our new year to listen to the chirps and chimes of gravitational waves, the ripples in space and time. Well, thank God this is not a singing competition, but yeah. So, Happy New Year to all of you, being members of the human race. Now, what do I mean by this? So, scientists have actually built new ears which are going to detect gravitational waves, which are like waves in space-time. So, the ears are called LIGO, Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. And these are new experiments. They started in September this year. And these are huge, sophisticated experiments. You can see the pictures here. The ears are really big. They stretch for kilometers apart. And they are gravitational wave detectors. So, what are gravitational waves? So, 100 years ago, this great man, I mean, what was he smoking back there? But he came up with a radical idea of, he said that space and time are intervened and they form a continuous fabric, which is known as the fabric of space-time. And massive bodies like the sun and the planets, they are embedded in this fabric and they cause the fabric to bend. And gravity is not a force as we think it is, but it is an effect of the bending of space-time. And when the most massive objects in our universe, they move in the space-time, they create ripples. Like you can imagine something huge is moving in a fabric, vibrations will be caused. It will set the fabric in motion, ripples will be formed, and these are gravitational waves. This is a really hard concept to grasp, even for physicists. But what I want you to understand gravitational waves are two things. One is, as I told, they are ripples in space-time. And two, imagine what happens when a gravitational wave passes through this auditorium right here. So, since it's a vibration of space itself, all matter contained within it also starts vibrating. So I will start squeezing in and squeeze out. I will slim down and fatten up. The stage will slim down, all these tables, and you will experience changes in length. Now you must be thinking, what is this guy telling me? I mean, you don't see a funny world around. Everything is nice and static. Well, this is because the change in length, which is experienced due to a gravitational wave, is this figure. 10 to the minus 18 of a meter. And I'll tell you, this size is less than the diameter of a proton. And it's equivalent to the distance between the sun and the nearest star, which is 4 light years, light takes 4 years to get there. If it changes by the width of a hair, that is the amount of change a gravitational wave is causing. And isn't it incredible that mankind, scientists have built ears, that scientists can now detect such minute changes in length. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I'll tell you, Einstein saw this figure in his calculations. This is true. And he said that humans will never detect gravitational waves. I mean, it's something to prove Einstein wrong, isn't it? So, when I talk about the musicians of space-time, when I sang a song here, I fancied myself as a musician of air. I was creating vibrations in air, which was sound. Now, the musicians of space-time are the objects which create vibrations in space-time, which are gravitational waves. So, what are these objects? As I mentioned, they are the most massive objects in the universe. If someone is thinking of black holes, yes, you're right. Black holes are so dense that even light cannot escape their gravitational field. And then there are the little brothers neutron stars, which are also very, very dense. And if there are any superhero fans here, you must have heard of Thor. He has his hammer, which is believed to be made of neutron star material. That's why only he can lift it. No other mortal human being can lift it. So these massive objects aren't alone. You need two such objects to circle each other. You need two such objects moving in the fabric to create gravitational waves. I will show you a nice little animation, so which will help you visualize the situation. Two neutron stars or two black holes, they're circling each other towards the collision, and you can see gravitational waves being emitted. All right. In scientific terminology, these are known as compact binary coalescences, which I think is a really boring term. I mean, if I got a chance to name them, I would have called them supermassive Star Wars. All right. So, as I told you, LIGO, these are ears of mankind which are going to listen to gravitational waves. So what am I interested in? I actually want to see these gravitational waves. I want to see the sources where they're coming from. Now, listening and seeing these two processes have a fundamental difference. And I'm going to need your help to demonstrate that. So I've got three tables here. This is table left, table center, and table right. All right? So I'm going to make a tapping noise. I'm going to tap 5 times on the stem of one of these tables. You have to close your eyes and tell me which table I've tapped on. So please close your eyes. After the 5th tap, without opening your eyes, tell me which table do you think the sound came from. Okay, now. Yes, brilliant. Congratulations, you have good ears. So, yeah, you could identify that the sound came from here. Now I'll ask you another question. Where on the stem did I exactly tap? Was it here, here? Can anyone get that? It's hard, isn't it? You think it's a stop. Okay, I'll be very interested to know why you think it's stop. So, but did you find it easy to tell you? Tell me. It's a hard thing. That's the difference between seeing and listening. So LIGO, what it's going to tell me, is going to call me and tell me, hey Sumit, yeah, I am listening to a gravitational wave, and I have a patch in the night sky where I think the source might be, and also the American accent you're trying is really horrible. So yeah, this is the sky patch which is going to be presented to me, and I'm going to point my telescope towards it and try to identify the source, where it is coming from. And as I told you, this is the process. 2 neutron stars or black holes, they're circling around each other towards a collision. Yes, I mean 2 massive stars causing collisions in galaxies far away is doing funny things around here, changing our length and stuff. It's amazing. It's something you can think about for hours, and yeah, it's food for your brain. So they collide and they give off a bomb. It's a bomb. It's an explosion. And this is what I want to observe. And I face challenges like, since it's not an object, eternally shining object like the sun, it's a bomb, it'll flash, it'll go off. So I want to be on my toes all the time. That's why one of the things we're doing is we are going to program India's first fully automated robotic telescope, which will just take data from LIGO and will automatically, without any loss of time, observe the source. So thank you very much. Once I see this source, I'll be happy.
Thank you, Sumit. Now, Sumit.
Sumit.
Yeah. Questions from the review panel. The media shy, social network shunning. Rohini ma'am is going to ask.
Yeah, sure. So, do you think, all this work on gravitational waves will help India win the next cricket match?
I think nothing can help India win the next cricket match. I'm sorry about it, given the last match. Yeah.
Okay, audience, anyone wants to ask a question? Let's see. Anyone? Yeah, there's someone there. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm King Shuk.
Yeah.
So, Sumit, if two sumo wrestlers collide, what is the gravitational wave they'll generate?
Lot of jargon. Simple.
Sumo wrestlers.
Sumo wrestlers. Okay,
Yeah.
louder.
So
and
they are
clearer.
colliding.
Sumo wrestlers are colliding. Okay.
Yeah, good question. So as I said, motion of massive body, it's moving the space-time around. That is true.
Yeah.
When I'm dancing right now, technically, yes, gravitational waves are emitted. But you can see the figure I put up on the screen.
Yeah.
And that figure is only caused due to bodies like black holes, which are so dense and so massive. So something which I am doing, it's really hopeless. I'm sorry to tell you. It's hopeless.
Okay.
Maybe if I jump, little more waves will come. Yeah?
That is true.
Anyone else wants to ask a question? Yeah, there's someone there.
Yeah, my name is Venkat.
I'm sorry?
My name is Venkat.
Oh, hello.
And okay, if you see on the social network platforms like Facebook or Twitter, there are many videos are running which are telling like in the space the sound is something like a worm. It is coming. By any
like,
chance, this some
Oh, like
sort
a
of, some
Om,
sort of
as in the prayer Om.
yeah.
Did you hear any prayer chants when you were listening in LIGO?
Oh, no.
By any chance, is it true or what do you say?
If you're talking about sound, space is a vacuum, so sound,
Yeah, that's true.
it's meaningless to describe sound in space. And if gravitational waves, if they're sounding like Om, then I don't know.
Are you representing some religious group here? Okay, fine. Next question.
I
Yeah?
was curious to know. Okay,
What is it that he's hearing? Are you hearing Bollywood songs? Are you hearing religious
I
chants?
don't want Bollywood songs.
No, he's a very serious guy. He only listens to gravitational waves. Anyone else in the audience? Yeah, there's someone there behind. Yeah.
Hi, Naval here. Recently, Stephen Hawking said that if there's any information at the event horizon, the information loss doesn't occur. The information does travel out of the black hole. So in this case, when the two black holes are colliding, do you think the gravity waves, like information, should come back or they shouldn't escape the black holes?
In one sentence, can you quickly summarize what you're asking?
Yeah. So at the information horizon, does the gravity wave, can gravity waves escape the information horizon? The event
What
horizon.
is
rather.
information horizon?
Event horizon, rather. Event horizon.
Very confusing. We'll do it later. Okay?
We can talk about
Okay.
it. I'll be
Yeah,
happy.
we have another question. Yeah, that's it.
Two parts of it. When scientists build
I have one question. Okay. What are the implications of your research?
implications of my research. So, implications of gravitational wave research. When people build so huge instruments like LIGO, so sophisticated instruments, there is a lot of technological output coming out of it, drop off. It's like, for example, I'll tell you, radio telescopes, when they were being developed, it helped mobile technology, which we use every day, everyone uses mobile, it helped that a lot. So when you build instruments like this for pure research, you get a very nice output in terms of our day-to-day life as well. For LIGO, so I cannot tell you what the output LIGO is giving off, but I can tell you a relation.
Works for me.
Yeah. Huh?
What is that output?
The output would be the mobile phone technology, but
What he's saying is when you do pure research, there are a lot of technological outputs which can arise from it and it's always useful. That's probably what he's saying. Okay, so we'll get the next. Oh, okay, sorry. I mean, last one. Okay, let's take this. Yes, sir.
I mean, if I may, I just wanted to ask whether any of the human senses can sense these gravitational waves. What about hearing and things like that?
no.
No?
That's why we built those
That's why he's
5
required.
kilometer long
Yeah,
things.
yeah. That's why we
It
have
would have
Sumit.
been too easy. It would have been good. But good for scientists, but no.
Thanks a lot, Sumit.
Thank you.
So we can have Abhilasha set up. And here's his profile. Okay, he's a MS student from Indian Institute of Science Education, ISER Pune. Okay, and this is what he says about himself. Sumit Kulkarni is an undergrad at ISER Pune. He's interested in all things science, and he has spent his college days working on projects which involve chasing frogs and snakes in Arunachal Pradesh, tapping atoms in a nanomechanics lab, and freezing himself while measuring thermal properties of superconducting materials. He's finally chosen to focus on his childhood passion, which is astronomy, and he's working on gravitational fields, as you know. In his free time, he creates his own musical waves, as you witnessed during the presentation. He loves to play the keyboard, harmonica, and the violin. We missed out on the violin. Other things that occupy his mind include quizzing, traveling, hiking, reading fiction, and watching football. So that's Sumit for you. And next we have on stage Abhilasha.